That's a really good idea, Ben.
I wonder how many islands he's playing.
I think he can claim them all. I think there's about 236. No, there's not that many picks. Marcus obviously didn't do his homework. There's no way you pick your dual lands there. Like if Marcus wants Scrubland at all, then he should be picking Duress here. He should be picking Inquisition.
I mean, it's the black-white deck is interesting. I think I would have taken Dark Confidant over there.
Your Confidant's sweet, but nobody else is picking it.
Well, no, Marcus. I think Marcus should have picked Dark Confidant over Scrubland. Marsh Flats might be fine.
I think Dark Confidant's gonna wheel twice here. Like, he should pick Inquisition.
I think Kata has has some sort of desire to pick up Dark Confidant. Now that she knows Blake is on sort of an Entomb survival plan, he's probably going to be picking Grizzlebrand, cutting Kata off of that, or making sure that he gets it. So she might be on sort of a mono-black Mesmeric Fiend deck, which means she'd want something like Dark Confidant to push her over the edge. Ooh, Dark Depths. Interesting pick here, but I actually like it. So many tutor effects, just making a 20/20 and killing them.
Yeah, it's about time she picked something that kills the opponent. That was a good one. Thanks, John Millsap.
Oh, Johnny boy. So Brandon Park's picking Brainstorm here, which is, I'm not actually a big fan of Brainstorm.
Yeah, you're gonna
this early.
You're gonna get like 2 fetches or something.
Like, unless you've been picking tons of fetches, I actually like Ponder better. Preordain from Ben Wheeler, which is interesting. He didn't pick Ponder. He picked Preordain over Ponder.
Preordain over Ponder. Maybe that's assuming that the only reason you'd pick Preordain over Ponder is if your deck didn't have any Snaplands. How strange is that? Maybe he's playing only islands.
I still kind of like Ponder over Preordain.
I'm gonna pick Twister. Maybe Ben's holding out for the 45th Twister.
The 45th Twister. So yeah, it looks like things are going about according to plan for Alistair. He really likes playing blue. He really likes playing control. He told me that he doesn't really know what he wants to do with the Lotus that he picks. He was actually waffling between Lotus and Ancestral Recall. But he was considering playing some sort of blue combo deck, which is interesting because he hasn't taken any of the combo cards.
It looks like he kind of fell off the wagon. I don't know what's going on here.
So we still got 2 of Alistair's picks. Looks like it's taken him a little while. Hopefully he figures himself out. These cards are good. But they don't fit into an archetype that I'm a big fan of. Unless he's going blue-green tempo. I really like blue-green tempo, but I don't know how much I like Lotus over Ancestral in that deck. Like, Lotus into Tarmogoyf is a real thing in Vintage, but it's not like it's powerful compared to everything else being done.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody... One combo that might show up a bit later is Hulk Flash. That's a tough one to tell who's going to pick it, because can pretty much go into a whole bunch of shells.
I could see Blake picking it. I actually like this Dark Confidant pickup from Alistair. Him to Torak I'm not too fond of. It's a very deep card.
Duress is so much better.
Duress is better. You want Mana Drain and him to Torak mana on turn 2, but you don't want to waste a lot of picks on mana fixing. As well as you might not even get that mana fixing depending on what everybody else is in.
Although that was correct for him to see that there's some room to move in black there.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of room. The black cards that Alistair will want are not the black cards Marcus will want. except for Dark Confidant, which is why I would have picked Dark Confidant in Marcus's spot.
That was a failed call by me. I said that Dark Confidant would wheel twice.
Have you ever read that card? I don't like the Voltaic Key by Jeremy.
It's a bit too soon.
I think it's a bit too soon.
Thanks, John.
Ooh, Misty Rainforest from Brandon. I guess he's prioritizing these fetch lands now.
Is it fetch land time? Is it fetch land time already? Okay, Brandon Parks' deck doesn't do anything.
I just don't know where you go with Grim Monolith plus like Fast Bond. Like you want a lot of lands, but you have a lot of mana from your other sources.
Okay, so now he can put infinite lands into play. I mean, equal to his life total with Fast Bond Crucible Misty. There's a combo.
Ooh, as long as he has enough fetch targets, I guess.
He doesn't even have the channel though. Like. Brandon Parks must have a headache right now. As I think Kata does too. I wonder what she's picking here. Like, she doesn't actually need to pick Hex Mage or Thespian Stage, because if somebody else picked those, it would just be a pure hate pick, which isn't necessary at this point. So I wonder what she's going to pick. Maybe, I would say, like, Duress would be good, or maybe another half of a combo, like Leyline of the Void or Helm or something.
I think maybe if Alistair's picking him to track, he might as well go all the way and just pick Necro.
What's she gonna pick? Inquisition.
I really like Inquisition here.
I like Duress better.
Do you like Duress better? I mean, Inquisition hits creatures as well, right?
And there's only one Force of Will. Maybe you're right. Jeremy White's deck, just looking unstoppable.
His deck looks really good. He's got two combos. One way to find either half of each combo. It'll be interesting to see what he picks here. Maybe I'll like Fabricate here.
No fucking way. Nobody in the entire world is gonna pick Fabricate.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
Like, you can pick Fabricate like 20th.
Trinket, that's a good one.
Now that's a card.
Now that's a card for you, folks.
That's the Fabricate that's good. Blake gets Duress. Kata and Blake still fighting over black cards. Blake's got green to back up with, though. Kata hasn't splashed yet. Ian Sims getting the good counter spells. Ian Sims might actually go into a tempo deck here. As awkward as Sol Ring is, but I mean, obviously.
Ooh, Mishra's Workshop. Very interesting pick.
You just picked the Mishra's Workshop mystery card. That was interesting. I guess we're going to be seeing some artifacts on Ian Sims' graph
I actually really like Mishra's Workshop here. I think it's a good card. Yeah. He looks like the type of deck that might want to play some sort of standstill type game. Duress from Blake Hodson, really like that pick.
Jit. Marcus is like playing his own game over there. I feel like the cards he's picking, nobody's even thinking of. They're just like, okay, Marcus, that's cool.
I feel like he really wants some hand attack, but there's none left.
No, it's all gone now. Hand attack's out. I think fetch lands are gonna start going pretty quick here. For anybody who wants to splash. Two are gone now.
The interesting thing about Ben Wheeler's deck is that he doesn't have to pick anything like fetch lands or mana fixing over any other cards. So while people are picking mana fixing, he can be picking just good cards for his deck overall.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how late he's going to leave the high tide. Like, if it goes late enough, he's going to be just goading somebody to hate it. Was that the stream?
Yeah, I was checking if the sound quality works so people can hear us.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little note on the
Bitter
bottom
Blossom.
of the screen. Ooh, Bitter Blossom.
Marcus, looking to grind.
I actually really like that pick.
I wonder if a Skull Clamp is in his future.
Yeah, Skull. I think I would have picked Skull Clamp over.
You can't forget Skull Clamp.
I would have picked Skull Clamp over Jitte if I'm playing Bitter Blossom.
Small feeling that somebody's maybe forgetting Skull Clamp.
So, when we were talking to the players, I talked to them and asked them what they think their deck would be like. How good do they think it would be? Ian Sim's still on blue-red, so it looks like he's going for a blue-red tempo plan, like you were saying. Alistair Norman was almost confident that he was going to be playing the O2 Chinese food deck, which is fair. He said he didn't know a lot about the format. He was just going to go in.
Alistair Norman's got 2-drop Super Friends going.
2-drop Super Friends. Ben Wheeler likes Chinese food, but he doesn't think he'll go O2 Chinese food. Brandon Parks didn't really tell me anything. The guy just... Nobody knows where he's at. He's a complete wild card in this draft.
Most likely to pick Emrakul. That's where I'll pick. That's my take on Brandon. Jeremy White taking a fetch land. Fetch lands are going quick.
Ooh, I like this.
Kata's time to move for Necropotence.
Ooh, I like that Necro from Kata.
Even though she doesn't have the Lotus, Storm is a possibility.
I think Kata's next pick should be Dark Ritual, if she's picking Necro.
I'm surprised Dark Ritual's not gone.
I mean,
Who would take it but Kata at this point?
I guess nobody's really in the black deck. So actually, Dark Ritual might not be the right call, because if anybody else takes Dark Ritual, it's probably just going to be bad. Brandon Park's taking the Sensei's Divining Top, actually just trying to build 12 post. Interesting, Ben Wheeler, not heeding my advice at all, taking Polluted Delta, and a Dark Ritual from Alistair Norman.
Mind Twist.
Mind Twist,
I know
too.
what Ben's is going to be. It might be Yawgmoth's Will, because why else would you take Delta? Ben wants the Will. Scalding Time.
Oh, no.
Ben's goading for it.
So Ben's actually prioritizing fetch lands, which is interesting because I didn't think he would. I'd assume Ben knows more about this format than me. So I'm going to say that his pick is probably fine.
I think Yogswell is a strong pick for Kata. You got to get that Yogswell right now, I think, because I know Ben likes splashing Yogwell in his high tide deck.
I mean, what does Yogwell really do in Kata's deck, though, right?
It gets it loops the tendrils that she's gonna find, but she doesn't have a Dark Ritual. Man,
yeah,
I'm confused. I'm in a life crisis right now.
Where is Alistair on this draft? I wonder.
He's taking a Dark Ritual, like.
I love the Dark Ritual Lotus. I like where his deck is going at this point. Mind Twist, really good with the Lotus. Mesmeric Fiend from Kata, I really like that pick. It's obviously better than Brain Maggot in most ways because Brain Maggot is an enchantment. She'll also probably get to wheel Brain Maggot on the comeback and get a bunch of the same creature that do the same sort of things.
Yeah.
Her Disruption Suite is very strong in Mono Black. And Necro will give her a way to either find cards to get her combo or find the combo herself.
Too loud.
I'm too loud?
Yeah.
I mean, you're too loud, John. Can you guys hear that on the stream?
There's Millsap.
They said read the comments because the comments are saying you're too loud.
I'm sorry I'm too loud. How do we read the comments without...
You actually open the stream.
Okay, we're gonna take a second away from the graph to look at the comments here. Hopefully. Oh, and I just opened user account control. I don't know what that does. And we're good.
Go to this one.
Here we go.
Click on that one.
This one?
No, that one.
And...
Channel chat.
Where? Ooh. Ooh.
That one.
Ooh.
There you go.
We have 14 viewers.
No, we have 14 comments, I believe.
Oh. Show me the chat. Oh, here it is.
Alright, thanks, Nick. Sorry about that, guys.
Guys, you got to give us some credit here. Okay, thanks for tuning in, Saul, Nick Picard, Nelson, Uder Fukti. You know, like, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. It's a vintage rotisserie draft right here in Victoria, and now we're getting some insane visual feedback. And we're switching the screen again. So thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we're going back to the picks now.